Hi, my name is Ian and I like yellow a lot. Thanks for joining me today. I got a quick one. Polyurethane bushings. I've already cut this one, but a lot of times, and there's a lot of people discussing this on forums and whatnot, is a lot of times you need a particular diameter, but they're too wide. And so you need to trim it down for your application. And that's what I found myself doing today. Advisory, you can totally hurt yourself. This is not, it's not undangerous, but there's a lot of debate on forums as to the best method of this. Some involve machinery, some do not. There's a greater debate about whether or not you want to even heat up the polyurethane, like using a machine saw of some sort or whatever can get the material a bit hot and weaken it. Who knows? I don't know. So I decided to just go with a razor blade, and that's why it's dangerous. But let me show you the way that I did it. All right, this was my first attempt, and you see that I'm unhappy with the evenness of that cut. I don't want part of the bushing to be smashed into the other half that I'm going to be putting in there or having a large gap. I'm unhappy with that. I did this in what I'm going to call a conventional, just trying to twist it and turn, and that's how I got hurt, and so that's not what I recommend. What I do recommend is, oh, here, I'll show you. Oops. This was my second cut with the method that I'm about to show you. It came out much better. It's still not perfect. It's never going to be perfect, but that's a lot better, and it's something that I can, I guess, live with, you know. Anyhow, so here's my uncut bushing. For my application, I need to go from this edge in 1/2 inch. So what I did is, I just happen to have some old, some old baseboard that happens to be exactly 1/2 inch wide. Here, let me set up my camera a little bit differently. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken my 1/2 inch baseboard and I'm placing it up against that edge right there, holding it with this hand, and I've got my razor blade here. I'm going to place that razor blade flat against my old baseboard because that's exactly where I want my cut. And we're going to be really careful. And what I'm doing is I'm exerting pressure on the razor blade downward with my thumb, and then I'm just going to go around, and that's going to be my score line. This is just to get a 1/2 inch score. I'm not actually going to be cutting through this way. My thumb is not strong enough to do that, and it's probably very dangerous to do that. All right, so that's what I'm going to do all the way around. Hopefully that'll give us a nice clean line to follow when we are ready to cut. Ooh. Okay, so see that score? I mean, that's about as good as you're going to get using this method, but I'll take it. It's not bad, all right? So then, last but not least, the natural thing to try to want to do, that you might want to try to do is, where did I put my knife? Here it is to try to follow that and cutting around, but it's going to be uneven again. So what I did, and I'm not going to demonstrate this directly on this on camera because this is a weird angle for me, and I don't want to cut myself again. It's not fun. So I'll demonstrate on the old piece that's uneven. Let's pretend that that's my score line. Instead of going around and trying to cut on it, I'm actually just inserting and pressing straight down, because remember, there's a hole in the middle. So I'm going straight down, and then I'll take it back out again, in, straight down, through, in, straight down, through, and that's been giving me a pretty decent cut. So, like I said, the best I could do on my first one, because that's just a little extra dangle piece, is as follows. So, I mean, again, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than my first attempt, and I can live with that. And hopefully the Jeep can live with that. I hope that helps. Have a great day and happy Jeeping. Bye.